So, welcome back to the channel. Another Turtles review. I know double Turtles this week, but there have been so many drops lately from Playmates, we just gotta try to keep up. This time we're gonna be looking at a new wave of Mutant Mayhem figures. Not all of them. The other ones we're not looking at in the wave are the Bebop and Rocksteady Tots, the Superfly Tot, and the individual release of that Walmart four-pack of those turtles in their different costumes. So now they're on single card backs. We do have 3 new figures we're looking forward to in the wave. 2 of them are right here. The third one is April. As far as we could tell, and if you watched our interview with Playmates, she's not distributing in the US yet. I have seen her on card back, but only in the UK, and the card back is slightly different, meaning that I don't think they got the Target, what was that, a 5-pack or a 6-pack? That we got that had April in it, so they get their own individual release. April comes with a laptop. She comes with a couple other accessories. And that sort of those little trays with the sprues where the weapons used to be attached to in the original Playmates line. So very reminiscent of the first wave of Mutant Mayhem characters. Unclear when and if we'll be well, I know we will be at some point, but when. You can see her on the back, on the card back, so we're definitely getting her at some point in a single carded release. For now, the Target pack is the only way you can get her. So this time we're going to be looking at Splinter and Fillet. Splinter is from his flashback sequence with the afro, so excited to get another Splinter in this line. Of course, we have standard Splinter. And Fillet, finally here, the final edition of the Mutants from Mutant Mayhem. Don't know why he didn't come out in the other wave with Wingnut, with Scumbug, with Genghis Frog, and Mondo Gecko, but we got him. So we're really happy to have him. He rounds it out. He gives us the final character we're missing from the film, and here help you build that gang. Not a lot of weapons, as you can see here, just the knife, but he didn't have a lot in the movie, so they kept this more true to the film, whereas in the other releases, they had the full assortment of weapons that were from the film and just kind of a callback to those old Playmates, the classic characters. And a lot of those toys inspired different aspects of the film, so it's great that it went full circle and they inspired the toys and went back and forth. So why don't we check these 2 out, and I'll pull up a classic Fillet so we can just compare him to that figure as well. We're going to start with our Splinter here. Always like starting with Splinter. I'm glad we got this one. I think this one is fun. And now I kind of want to go out and buy the Turtle Tot figures just so I could have them paired up with the Splinter here, because they were in the film. There were not tots of Bebop and Rocksteady and all that, I don't recall, but there were tots of the Turtles, and they paired up with the Splinter. I'm going to show you that card back now that we're up close here. So you can see April over here is going to get her single release finally. Playmates had told us at Toy Fair to expect it coming in April of this year, which it did not. But you can see the original Turtle Tots here, and then the new Mutant Tots of Bebop and Rocksteady. And then we have, of course, Fillet is new. Super Flies, plural, because you get the small version, which was actually in the movie. There was in the opening sequence. And then the single-carded version of the Turtles in costumes. So Young Splinter, as he's called here, he's Sensei in training. So Sensei in training here. And then we have his accessories. Let me just grab my little snips here. And his accessories come with, he's got a broom for sweeping or for turning it to a bow staff. And then he has a record player, because that was basically his jam back in the day. So fun accessories for Splinter. I'm just glad we got him. He's such a fun looking character. So we get that record player. It doesn't close. It looks like it's just welded one piece there. So nothing special on that one. And then we have his broom. I guess the accessory they decided to give him. Let's see here. He has a bunch of little tabs holding him in place. Now, we got this one off the pallet in Walmart. Like, there is a little, not end cap, but like a display where they had rows of this guy, rows of the other new figures, and then the remastered Turtles, which we'll go over in another video soon. They did not have Fillet. I had to get Fillet at Target. So he wasn't part of that mailer that they had. So he has his hair here, and it looks and feels flocked. It is flocked. So that is a fun feature. I did not know that was there. It doesn't say on the package, but his hair is flocked. So very cool. I don't know if you can see the detail on that, but it just makes him a little furrier. His shirt here is just New York, the Big Apple on there. And then he has, you know, posability in his arms here. That same great articulation that the other figures had from this line. Same with the legs and with the ankle here. and the tail pivots around, and he has a turn at the waist, and then he could turn his head. So fair amount of articulation. I mean, these figures run one Toy of the Year last year for good reason. They do have a lot of articulation here. Pretty cool, and you can give him that broom here and make him listen to his music. And I brought the other Splinter from the Mutant Mayhem line, so you can see the older version of Splinter here. Changed from brown to gray, because he's graying, he's getting older. Tail is pretty much the same, I think the same exact mold on the tail, so they kept that consistent. But, you know, obviously everything else has changed. His ears have gotten bigger, he's gotten grayer, but they kept some similar features to him. He's got a little more rotund. So that is, yeah, so that's the design they shifted. But very cool figure. Glad to add this one to the line. Love that flock feature. Did not know that was part of it, so it's a pleasant surprise to see. So yeah, he's available right now at Walmart and at Target. You can grab him at both places. So he seemed to be in abundance when I checked Walmart. I was just there yesterday and they still had plenty of them. So those little shippers, when they arrive, have like, I want to say 15 of them in there. Like there were 2 rows of just young Splinter, 2 rows of, you know, the mini tot characters, 2 rows of the new, you know, combinable characters that we showed you in the previous video. So they had plenty of those in there along with the remastered ones. So that's our look at Splinter. Let's move him over here and check out my most excited character that I wanted to see, and that's Fillet. We just didn't have him in the line. It was missing. It was like a Fillet sized hole in our hearts. Kind of a fun character. Post Malone did the voice in the film, and they did a lot with him in terms of basically just making him this interesting background character. But he was one of the main characters, or one of the mutants for Mutant Mayhem. So, but you know, didn't really contribute much, I don't think, to the story, other than just singing his name every single time. So Pat is the same as Splinter, so nothing different there. But the Man Ray, as it says here, we can see Fillet. Let's see if he's got just a couple tabs holding him on the side over here. So I'm just going to pop those out really quick. See him on this side. Now, Fillet here, different, I think, drastically from the original classic character. And we'll check that out in just a second. I'll figure out how to unhook this knife. We're just going to clip it from the front. Okay. So all he has is this knife. I think this was the only accessory he had in the film, too. Just this little knife here with the chunk taken out of it. And then we have our character, who's also secured by the leg. Ah, they got me. They always manage to sneak one in there that I don't see. And it always holds it up. All right, here we go. I'm very messy with these little pitots going everywhere. So we get our Fillet character. And he has his knife right here. We'll just pop it in his hand. Being a right-handed bad guy here, I think, is his calling. Articulation is going to be a lot different on this guy. I mean, he's going to have the arms, and the elbow, and the wrist, and the feet, but his body is going to be a lot different. I don't think he's going to turn at the waist. We'll find out. Nope, he does not turn at the waist. It would be weird. He's not going to bend. So he's limited in less articulation that way. This Man Ray part, I mean, has a little bit of give in it, but not a whole lot. His feet are still webbed like he's wearing flippers. On the back here, you can see a little starfish. I don't know if these are some kind of scars or something here. You have this plastic 6-pack holder ring here from the trash, and he's wearing sort of a snorkeling goggles here with the pipe, and then you get a little scar on there, and he's got that great look where he's singing Fillet. So fun character nonetheless. Here is classic Fillet. So you can see the color scheme. There's some of those similar colors in there that they got that green, and pretty much a solid match for that seafoam green or whatever that is. And then the blues in there. So they took a lot of inspiration from that. Still has his tail in the back. Original Fillet was wearing flippers. Those were on his feet. This Fillet, it's hard to tell if this is his biological foot or if he's wearing flippers. I would say from the sharp contours, the lines in there, it looks like he's wearing flippers. So that keeps consistent with the original character here. Doesn't have a diving watch on that I could see, but he has the snorkel gear, so he's wearing some equipment there. Looks like he's wearing a wetsuit in the original one with a little band on him. This one is wearing what look like coveralls more than a wetsuit. So a little different in that direction. And obviously the head is more humanoid here, and this is more animal-like. He has the little tendrils on the head. He has them on his face here. So he came originally with this like bowcaster that was a ray gun, or like a mana ray that shot a bow, and then a throwing star. And then he had this little guy, I forget his name, but he came with him too. It was like his little buddy. It was this, and the wingnut had screw loose. So much like the wingnut in Mutant Mayhem, there was no screw loose. So he doesn't have his little buddy with him either. It's just him. So they're pretty close in height too. So pretty interesting that they drew a lot of that from it. But went a little different direction with the accessories this time. Went more true to the film. But that is your look at Ray Fillet. And then that was your look at young Splinter with that great flocked hair. And that concludes what is out so far in this wave, minus the re-releases and the tot characters. We hope you enjoyed this look at the latest Mutant Mayhem figures from Playmates. We always love playing with turtles, so we didn't mind. Anyway, these are great. They're hitting shelves right now. Love that flock feature. That was a surprise. Love getting Ray Fillet. It really rounds out that collection. These are hitting stores right now, so do not panic and go buy them in the secondary market, okay? Because they're $60, $70, at least Ray Fillet was when I looked for them. And these are hitting shelves right now. They'll probably take a month to fully get out around the country. You're going to regret it because a week after you buy it, you'll probably find it. And the same happened with Scumbug and Wingnut. I know people were panicking and not being able to find those anywhere. I just saw a whole bunch of them still at Target. So this will get out. It will get out in abundance. It's also hitting Walmart and those shipping displays they have where it's going to have a ton of characters. You'll be able to grab those remastered turtles as well. We'll be going over those next, so come back next week and you check that out. There's also other Playmates products hitting shelves right now. As you saw from our interview with Playmates, please go watch that. There's the toilet bowl cart. I forget what that is. That's exclusive to Target. And there's also this beauty that I just picked up from Target this week. It's the pizza thrower coming out in the classic line. You can see that 40th logo here in the corner. Battery powered, tossing those pizzas. Excited to open this guy up, but this guy is hitting Targets right now. He's retailing for about I think 40 bucks, and battery is not included, so you can get that to go with your classic figures. And of course there's other Mutant Mayhem figures on the way that April. When we track it down, we will share that. And there's tons of new characters coming out in the Tales from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, which is continuing the movie. If you haven't already, go to our social channel on Instagram. We have the pictures from the Playmates panel, so you can see all the new figures that are coming in that line for Tales from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can also see the upcoming play sets that are coming in the classic line. Of course, in our interview, Playmates confirmed that the sewer layer is coming, and we have a picture of that from the panel, and they also confirmed the Mutant module is coming as well to pair up with your Technodrome. So a lot coming in 2025. Get excited. There's still more to come in 2024. Of course, we have another wave of classic characters with Slash, Rat King, I forget the other two, Mutant Man, and one other one coming this year, or Casey Jones coming this year. So we look forward to that in the late fall. So that's all for now. I don't want to go on forever because we probably could, because there's a lot more Playmates news and more product dropping. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys next time.